Sorry, I'm a bit bummed by that. In any event, so the group is in the middle of a very emotional discussion about motives and motivations. Brought on by Vendar brought back Lynn, who wants to travel with the group away from Tuka, and Leah made it very clear that she didn't want this to happen, and that there was no trust between she and Vendar, or she and Lynn. Lynn identifying that a lack of trust would get the party killed, given their objectives upcoming, has sort of forced this conversation, so to say. And I'm so upset that we've lost the moment of camaraderie between Raiken and Vendar. It was beautiful. In any event, we all know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, Lin will continue to press Yukikaze. Says, they're all very pretty words, but why specifically do you want to help this group with this endeavor? Or Vendar specifically? Bahamut is all about law and order. What are you about?
Is that something, or... We've shared a lot of time with each other, and I've gotten to know everyone pretty well. I believe in their strengths. And
you trust them to protect you when you need it.
I trust they'll be there for me. I don't necessarily want them to put themselves in harm's way for me, but I believe they'll have my back. No, I know. Not even believe. I know they'll have my back.
I certainly have. And so have you in return.
What about the boy with the cat?
I've known these guys less than a month.
So you have less reason than most to trust them, and yet here you sit on a bed sleeping in the same room?
Well, from what I've heard, I've also got less reason to distrust them.
She cocks her head to one side at that and smiles. What is it you hope to accomplish with them? Why do you think they can help?
Well, I've seen them in action. They're effective, if that's the word. Unorthodox?
She glances sideways toward Vendar and says, they believe that.
The cat? What?
And so, you believe that this group will help you when it comes time to complete whatever it is you wish to do?
They're still directed at me.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
You see, her joined hand with Vendar's kind of swing a bit as she tries to get Vendar's attention. She says, and do you know what this child and his cat want to do?
Well, it's protect nature, right? You're a druid.
That's
It's all
effectively it,
about-
yeah.
which is pretty in line with our goal of saving the world.
The cat belongs to the inn.
But it's such a devil cat. I love it.
She frowns a little. Did you steal the cat from the inn?
No, we're still in the inn.
Yes, but you know what? Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. I have not heard why the elf is here. Why he has chosen to trust you, or if he has. I do not mean to cast aspersions. It just seems like this is a very deep-seated issue.
Throughout my short time with these people, I've seen them time and again make choices with the knowledge that they had at the time that were always in line with helping as many people as possible. And there have been several times where those choices were extremely foolish, and yet they were made anyway. They've proven themselves to be competent.
She like smiles sideways at Vendar. You're competent.
Enough. And I believe that they have a real shot at doing what needs to be done.
And you believe in their cause, that it is what needs to be done.
The destruction, or at least it may not necessarily be destruction, it could just be control and tyranny, what have you. No matter what the dragons are intending, it's going to destroy much
It
in the
will
way
be bad
of
for everyone.
knowledge and people, and that should not happen.
I have... This one has one last question. If you had all of these beliefs and all of these good things to say about one another, why did you not say them? Why did it take me coming in here and forcing your hand?
We have shared some of it before, but in sections and under Son of Truth.
You've been traveling together for at least a month, according to the cat child. That's a long time.
Maybe that is one of our flaws, is sharing our feelings, our viewpoints with each other well enough.
Well, you should get better at it.
And this is one step.
It is up to you to take the next step, to have the next conversation, to know.
According to Vendar, you have been alone a lot, not having many to trust. How come you know so much about it? About trust, I mean.
I know what I failed at.
Well, I've been in
You
the...
went out into the desert, did you not?
Yes.
You saw other tabaxi there, did you not?
Some, yes.
I am not with them. I did not want to live the way that they live. This one wanted something greater, and her greed lost her her family. This one could not go back to the tribe if she wanted to, because she betrayed them. When she came to the city, she looked for allies. She tried to work jobs with others who were like-minded, finding ways to raise small amounts of funds to live on, doing small jobs. Sometimes these worked out okay, and she could live for a few weeks or a few months, finding food, being able to buy things. But time after time, she would get into these jobs, put her trust into these other people, and that trust would be betrayed, just the way she had betrayed the trust of her tribe. So she stopped trusting other people, because it nearly got her killed trusting people who did not wish the best for her. So she has seen the result of misplaced or misgiven trust. And she has heard the stories of the great Order of the Sacred Flame, the insurmountable odds you overcame. She has wondered how these things, saving a king and fighting a war and slaying giants, beating armies of undead, could all be accomplished in such a short time by just a few people. She thought they must be family. They must be paragons of trust. And now she meets you. And you're just humanoids.
I've heard you must never meet their heroes.
The point is, this one thinks you are very lucky to have survived all that you have. But if you do not learn to talk about these things and you continue to travel together, these things will get you killed.
Sometimes I question if it really is luck that's the reason I'm still alive. Like if it's still... Maybe I will be lucky not to.
You're going to feel a stabbing sensation in your neck. Leah.
Okay. I turn around.
The sprite is sitting on your shoulder, glaring at you with her sword embedded in the flesh of your throat.
Why?
You must not wish death upon yourself.
You know what?
Any idea what that would do to Zen?
I guess.
I will not let you harm him. Not with your death.
Can't blame me for getting emotional. Suddenly getting back all those memories. Realizing what I've done. What they have done. And how much is at stake in this world. It's too much. Why is it up to us? Really? This little group of misfits.
path you chose. It's the path that Zin wants to help you with. If you don't want to be on that path, then get off of it.
It's too late for that now.
Is it?
There's no other path for me in this world.
Well,
I couldn't leave it behind, knowing all that's at stake.
If you're going to do it, then do it. There's no room for doubt. At least half of what she says is true. If you doubt yourself, you're going to get killed. And that'll kill Zin.
We that much connected?
No. He cares that much because he's a fool.
Wow, that's strong sentiments to someone you swore to protect.
Used to? I'm protecting him right now. I was sent here to protect you on his behalf. I can't be having you killing yourself. I would
I'm
have...
also serious about it.
She's going to remove the tip of her sword from your flesh. There's just a small drop of blood, as it is akin to a bug bite or a bee sting. She stands, you know, broad-shouldered towards you. On your own shoulder. Actually, I think she would flutter up in front of your face using her wings.
I'm sorry. You're right, I shouldn't doubt. Just all Lynn is saying is getting to me.
Doubt and worry are natural. What you can't do is give in to them. If you give in to doubt, then you will not be as good as you are. Because you believe you are not. And that is when you will die. You're a warrior, like me. Bravery isn't the absence of fear. It is acting in spite of fear. You're going up against incredible odds with these dragons. You've chosen that because you believe it's right.
I've chosen that because I believe that the world will fail if they get what they want.
Is
They're
that any
fighting
different from it
against-
being right?
No, guess not.
So, believe in your cause. Believe in yourself. And like this thief says, believe in your friends. This conversation is had out loud. You are
Yeah,
all privy to it.
I know. Yes. I was actually. Well, that's also everything that was just said speaks true to all of us. There's nothing that says we have to be on this path and we have to do what. We have to do this. You know, it's our judgment and our faith that has put us on what we believe is right. So we should trust each other in the fact that we've all chosen this path. And that's actually a good way to describe why I trust everyone here. Is the path you've chosen. It's not an easy one, but we're all on it together.
On that thought, I'm fear I'm wrong to you, Vendar. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you.
And
Sorry, I'm also like writing a letter, so I'm kind of half in.
Vendar's writing a letter right there.
I mean,
He looks up with a quill and he's like, what?
I just,
she said you wronged her too, Vendar.
I've certainly, I apologize. You know, I've said some things, I've done some things that, I don't always say the right things or do the right things, and I apologize for how I've harmed or hurt you in doing so. I certainly don't mean to. I love you like family. You're, you can be a pain, but you're like a little sister.
Well, maybe we're all family.
This is working. Lynn should try this with her family.
You should.
Maybe after you save the world, Lynn will try again.
You believe you can do it?
I believe you have to. Like you said, there is not another choice. If Lynn can help somehow, she offers her services.
If anything, you owe it to the world. And Vendor might be right, you didn't know what you did when you stole that scale, but...
Since what's my name, Vendar?
Oh, sorry, it was Cyrus who said it.
And me.
And Vendor did defend her about it on the night that you found out.
Okay, fine, what everyone said.
Everybody stop taking credit!
You're still responsible for the scale, for the dragon being racing. I know you said that anyone else would have done it, and though that's true, that doesn't take the responsibility away from you.
So you want the scale back? Lynn will steal it.
We need it back. We need the scales to put the dragons back, to stop this disaster. I have a book that explains how it happened originally. Maybe we could make it happen again.
So, you do have a plan.
A fractural one. If you're willing to right what you're wrong, then maybe there is some room for you in this group.
She looks to Vendar a moment, then back to Leah. Says, this one will do whatever she can. She will find all of these scales if that is what it takes.
It's dangerous.
Everything Lynn does is dangerous. She winks at you as she knows she's throwing your arguments back at you. More dangerous if she does not do it, no?
No, I guess it was a little cynical me to misjudge you. I've had a similar childhood. I've stolen things. Not trusted people I should have. We were both raised in a world that were constantly against us, so if anything, I guess I'd relate.
Sometimes it is hardest to accept the people who remind us most of ourselves.
I haven't thought of it that way. I guess you're right.
Just the words of wise people written in books that once Lynn stole.
Yeah, that scoff was in character. Stealing isn't always the answer. It shouldn't ever be the answer.
Sometimes it is the difference between life and death.
Well, not anymore. As Lorelai said, I chose this path of heroism and trying to right the wrongs of this world and the wrongs of my own doings. You have that option too.
Lynn has many options now that she once did not. Opportunities and people that she once did not.
Then take them.
Lynn will take her opportunities and not squander them.
I know I wasn't welcoming before, but I believe now that you at least have the will. And, well, that means everything.
This one is sorry for releasing this dragon, or her part in it at least.
Yes.
This one did not have.
Something. Mendes.
Yes.
If we ever meet, Brill again, remind me I owe him an apology.
Brill.
Very well.
I judged him the same way I did Lynn here. If I am to apologize to her, I should apologize to him as well.
A lot of growth happening in this room all of a sudden. Almost like with the right pressure, certain things can be solved overnight, huh, Vendar?
Apparently, you are a miracle worker.
Words are powerful tools in the right hands. Or mouth in that case.
And if said in a way that everyone understands, I give Larry Mendes a glare.
Just the look of shock on his face.
This one has read in other books that she has stolen that great knowledge can be as much a burden as none at all.
I would argue that more knowledge is always better.
Hear,
And
hear,
people
scholar.
who are saying that having too much is too dangerous a thing are probably just lying to themselves. But
Well, as they
that's a
say,
philosophical question.
as they say, scholar, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. The less you have, the more dangerous you are.
I think this is the first time that Lynn has seen Ash talk.
She's just smiling placidly as the glowing rock emotes.
Expounds.
Yes. Quite. Rather a lot of magic here. Not just
Lot of
myself
strength.
and my words.
There's a lot of strength in us, at least. And you haven't even seen Syl.
There are more of you.
More talking rocks.
More talking rocks. Well, at least I do not need to eat.
You're not planning to eat the rocks.
No. She, like, bares her fangs. This one cannot eat rocks with these beautiful teeth. Meat only.
I don't eat meat.
More for me.
I cannot trust what's in it. I assume Yukikazu suddenly gets pale.
No, not actually until you said that comment right there. Son of a bitch.
Hey,
Like, okay, you get that look in your eye, and I'm like, fuck.
Raiken's just like, it's alright, I'll eat her share.
hey, Jebel.
Yes.
What's going on?
Wait.
They're all talking about stuff.
I was there for. Yeah.
You were there for that, yeah. That
Yeah.
was the place where you joined.
Yeah.
Braithen. I
Yeah.
lost the word there for a second. Catacross.
They've just been talking. They've been talking a lot.
Jebel's been sitting there playing with a cat.
Isn't that the cat talking to Jebel?
It is the cat talking to Jebel. Asking him what they're talking about. Why are they talking so much? Hey.
I think they're talking about the time they ate some children.
Oh god.
He doesn't know that, does he? I forget.
This is a
He
very
does.
long discussion about eating children, then.
It would be, but I don't think it'd be the kind of thing you'd discuss in a sentence or two. You'd probably spend some time talking about the time you ate children. It seems like it would be something that would traumatize you. I'm no expert on this, but that's... Yeah, I imagine that's what that would be like.
Are baby mice children?
Is Jebel capable of negative emotion?
Jebel doesn't like, what's his name? Rodal?
So, yeah.
All
true,
negative
that's true,
emotions that
yeah.
Jebel feels are now just funneled into hatred at Rodal. Like, he stubs his toe and just curses Rodal.
It's like, is it, what's his name? Dinkelberg?
Yeah.
Rodal.
On the other side of the world, Rodal just hears thunder roll and go, I think someone just cursed my name.
God, that's 5 times in the...
Oh well, add it to the list. Oh wait, this is my list of all the wealth I've taken. Anyway.
Yeah, that makes him more like Dinkelberg.
I will remind Malachi that there was something he had told the party he wanted to discuss once there was a moment.
Yes. I haven't felt it die down yet. It's kind of dying down. Or actually, I could say... So... How is everyone feeling? Is we feeling any more need to be said to each other?
Lynn's going to crouch down and sit on the floor and try and pull Vendar down too.
I will go down with her.
No.
In a room.
They're in a
I
room.
mean, we have one.
They're in a different room.
So everyone knows that so for I need to work on my public speaking, for one. For two, since all the stuff that's happened along our journey, I have regretfully not spoken to Bahamut in prayer for quite a while. And most recently, unexpectedly, I got another vision like before.
And
where did I?
Is it common for people who pray to have visions?
No, it is. Well, I can't say that for sure because I've had quite a few lately. Oh. So in my vision, well, I gotta take out the flavor text.
I mean, I have
So-
lots of visions.
Below,
I'm celebrating a chord.
I saw below myself a large walled city in a green land. A wide river separates the largest building from the rest, and this building looks out upon a wide bay filled with warships. Which, if I'm not mistaken, that sounds like, or no. I don't know what that sounds like. Sorry. Strike that part, what I just said.
Zara in character.
As you fall closer, or as I fell closer to the city, I saw streets filled with ashen and black skin and white hair of many drow. Before and then I was flattened on the pavement and then teleported inside a home where a elven-eared family hid together. I felt myself sinking into the floor after I briefly passed through absolute darkness. And then I found myself in an underground cavern illuminated by glowing mushrooms. Pulled. And then it felt like I was pulled down winding tunnels which passed too fast for me to comprehend. I caught flashes of images of monstrous creatures in the dark. Many-legged spiders, strout dwarves, shadowy creatures with tentacles. And then finally, it stopped before the vast walled city within a dark cavern, lit here and there by torches, but mostly it sits in a shadowy glow of giant mushrooms. I saw dark figures walking the streets as I glide overhead. And then I pass through a wall of a keep and find myself in a cloister, yeah. Within, two drow admire a carved silver sword. Curved silver sword with spread dragon wing effect on the finger guard and hilt. And that's my vision. What I saw.
Only the sword, not the shield.
That's all I saw in my vision.
If your vision pointed us to the Underdark near Volinar for the sword, then I should have asked about the whereabouts of the shield.
I'm not. These are just the visions. You know, it's not like I can just ask Bahamut to where's the shield instead.
Oh no, that was my mistake. We were directing our questions.
So that is what I got, or what I experienced during my prayer. It was actually less extreme as before, thankfully.
That does sound more cohesive than the last time.
It was. It was.
So,
That sounds like it was the Underdark, yes?
I would say I'd be able to say yes, Trista, because obviously all the research I've done, right?
excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, it all seems to point to the Underdark near Volinar.
So yes.
Yes.
Volinar, is that the capital of Robdor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, you want to be sure.
And
So
I also
we're on the right track.
yeah, and I also collected a lot of books and maps that we could possibly use.
I will say that as you saw in your vision, it was unclear how far you traveled through the Underdark before you came to the city where you saw the sword. You just know that you saw Volinar before you passed into the Underdark.
Yeah, I was gonna leave even for myself, for everyone to interpret it as from what I said.
So what you're saying is that the sword is in the Underdark under Volinar and not under the Seed of Bahamut.
Or Volinar is one way that we can get to there.
Or start our journey into it, not necessarily.
I mean, it's all connected, right? Theoretically, we could start our journey here and make our way there, but God, I don't want to
That
do
would be a
that.
terrible journey. The sword is within 100 miles of Arcosia. I believe that was my question, right?
Yeah.
But wait, if
Wasn't Volinar within 100 miles of
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It could be
Yeah, I
both.
think we should start in Volinar, given his vision.
And keep a distance that is close to Arcosia, and that way we don't go in the wrong.
And yeah, and personally, I'd rather not go back to the Seat of Bahamut.
Yeah, me
Given
too.
its
This sounds
green
like good
dragon
news.
infestation.
We're already heading towards Volnar in the first place. It sounds like we can, like, what's the phrase? Kill two birds with one stone.
Birds are delicious.
Ew. And
I'm a fan
also,
of duck. What's your favorite?
This one prefers geese. They
well,
deserve it.
during my time, they deserve it. During my time, so talking with animals, birds tend to be very rude.
Oh, good. More reason to eat them.
I stopped that, by the way, a Jabal. I got the option to trade the invocations, so I did that. I didn't get anything from talking to the animals. They were either dumb or rude. Didn't really help me out. I don't understand how you can handle it.
It's my job.
Instead, I gained the ability to see better in darkness, including magic darkness. That could be useful in the Underdark, yes?
Yep. Be useful against a certain someone too.
It's true. Birds are so rude. It's why I like eating them. They're not as dumb as I wish they were, though.
Okay.
So was so this is just some food for thought of what from what I got from my vision. Do we have any direct plan of action for when we travel tomorrow?
Go to Volnar, see about dealing with Lord Sivin, and then go into the Underdark from the tunnels there.
And we're still on the fence of how we want to deal with Lord Sivin, right?
Yep.
I mean, we are.
Yes, Vendar.
But how else are we gonna deal with him?
Preferably in any way but that one.
Oh yeah, preferably, but
Fine, we can try, but I'm just saying it's gonna end up that way.
Look, if we kill the leader, we're going to get the entire Brondor against us and not solve
We
anything.
just gotta make it look like an accident.
Well, that depends who we have
That's-
on our side when we kill him and who takes his place.
If killing him
Bromdor is a pleasant
result-
place.
If killing him is a result of him getting out of power first, then sure. I still rather not have it go to that, but if that is a likely scenario, I cannot prevent it. But we cannot kill him before taking him out of power, because that will just lead in anarchy, and that's not what we need.
I mean, isn't that how they solve? Isn't that how they decide who gets power? Whoever kills the leader.
On boats, they have an alternative called mutiny.
I mean,
Mutiny is
usually
when
they
the
like
crew
kill-
turns against the captain and overthrows him.
Yes, that.
You'd have to get the whole city to turn against him.
well, we just need the right people who are against him.
I couldn't help but notice that Laramanda said when we kill him.
Wait, did I?
Yeah.
You honestly expect it to end any other way.
It's the only way to be sure with the Bromdoran leaders. Remember, there was that one who was able to retire quite nicely in the north, but most of them historically do not end their reigns in peace.
Willingly.
Brondor. The more I hear of it, the more I dislike it.
You should try living next door.
Most of the country is perfectly fine. Quite nice, really.
It's just the people that suck. Or specifically the people that are hard.
So, is your plan to magic your way to the city and then kill its leader?
Not quite like that, I hope.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hopefully Nalia will have more information for us when we get there.
Nalia?
She's the archmaid. She's on our side.
Theramendis' girlfriend.
She was my student.
Right, that's all it is.
Completely straight-faced.
Uh-huh.
Oh, honey.
That was a 2 on die.
You still have no clue, do you?
I'm gonna say that with the 2 on die, it is very clear that he was attempting to have a straight face while saying that. And just...
Got a great poker face, man.
It was a straight face, just directly to a wall, because you can't look at all the rest of them.
He just
He's
turns his
clearly
face
aware of more than
away.
he's trying to let on. To literally everyone. I don't think anyone could fail that check.
Even Cyrus noticed.
Hey! Yes, my passive insight is actually better than 2. Not better than 10, but it's better than 2.
This one is not part of the joke. Is there something going on with this student?
Very much.
Oh.
She is a very close friend of mine, and that is where we will be going when we go to Volinar. We won't be going through the more official teleportation circle channels.
Well, if my race will forgive me.
Is it forbidden to meow?
Eh? No, it is. It is considered very insensitive.
Ah.
Especially if non-tabaxi do it to tabaxi. But that is not normally a concern, as most people don't go where the tabaxi go.
Yes, forgive me, I did not even know of your race until I came down south.
That is fine. You are very young. You are seeing more of the world now than perhaps you ever knew existed.
I'm also from very north, where people are not really kind to anyone but themselves, and most people are humans.
That sounds terrible.
It was.
Yeah, humans suck.
Wait,
Some of them quite well.
I blush and hide myself under a pillow,
Uh,
if there's a pillow.
I think we've gotten off
Well
topic there.
So, we need to figure out from Nalia when would be a decent time for us to make our trek over. We should have some inkling of a plan which can be fleshed out more with information that she will be privy to. But we should not go in completely blind.
We should.
What
Go
I
on.
are we
said-
gonna do about the cart?
That was point 3, but Yukikaze had something that he was saying.
Well, we should have a good idea of what our intentions are before we for our plan.
Yes. And now, point 3, we cannot take the cart with us as we are going into a house, and I cannot make a circle large enough to move a cart.
Aw,
Is there any way we can shrink the cart?
we'll fit in the bag of holding.
No.
No,
Oh.
and not with magics that are mine to command.
Does maybe someone know enlarge / reduce? Would that work on a cart?
I think the answer is...
I'd hate to give it up. We've had it for so long.
I'm sorry, but There's really no other way.
Man, we took that cart from people who tried to kill us.
I mean, it would be worth asking them. Wait, what?
Yes, wait, what? You just
You
had
guys
that card
not
when I
know-
met you.
Oh yeah. You don't know how we got it? We didn't buy it, no.
Oh, good times.
I don't think it was ever
And
brought up.
we pissed off the assassin guild, and they went. They were in it when they tried to kill us, and then we killed them and took it.
Uh-huh.
I'm rolling like a champ today.
We just repurposed it.
Yeah,
I mean, I
leave it
remember
on
the
the side of the
Assassin's Guild
road.
being after us.
Does a 12 Arcana give me enough knowledge about enlarge reduce to know how it manipulates the size of a thing?
Yeah, it's only a second level transmutation spell. We'll point out that you know that your friend is a master transmutation wizard.
But that friend is not here.
No.
I believe that even if the cart was half size, it would not.
What if you make it half size and then make it half size again?
I think it's actually 1/8.
The weight is 1/8.
No, but it's halved in all dimensions. So it's half, and then half again, which is 1/8, and then halved again, which is.
I mean, so
16.
it decreases its size by one size category, and the cart is considered large. Well,
Yes, that wouldn't work. Then we'd just end up being size category small, which is
Well,
Dell
the
to-
best category medium, but
Aren't we
Isn't
size
lo-
category medium?
you're a medium.
Medium could go through.
Mm-hmm.
So we could bring it if we use that.
so
Still the
I'd
weight.
look if someone at the mage's
on the
guild
100. It's only roughly 100 pounds left before.
I mean, the weight isn't the issue. We need to shrink it and then get it into the
Why are
house
we even
and then out of the
discussing this?
house.
None of us can do this magic.
Who's got a dog?
Oh, yeah, there is a mages
that's
guild in
over
town though that perhaps somebody could.
I am sure one of the mages there will be able to cast reduce for us. There has to be someone who is
Yeah,
fond
so
of transmutation over there.
We just go to the mages guild, and then we transport from there.
There's not a dog in the room in the roleplay as well, is it?
No. I mean, there could be one outside,
you-
sure.
You look over next to Jubble, and there's just a dog sitting next to him now as well.
Yeah.
with
Wait,
that cat tail sticking out of its mouth.
I like
isn't-
this one better.
isn't the teleportation circle to teleport to a spot secret? I thought I remember something about that, but I might be mistaken. I don't know much about magic.
It's not that secret if you used it to get here.
Yeah,
It's not the mage's guild.
aren't the mages guilds all like connected? Isn't that certainly seemed to be what Naya was suggesting?
If you can reduce the wagon to size category large, which you could with reduce, since it's actually should be considered huge, since it's carrying all of you.
Large won't go through.
I haven't seen anything that limits the size, other than that it says it's a 10-foot diameter circle, which is large. So that would make me believe that a large should be able to go through. But it doesn't say anything about
Okay, I thought it was 1 square.
it just says any creature that enters a portal instantly appears within 5 feet of the destination circle or in the nearest unoccupied space.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay, yeah.
So if you reduce it
Wow.
to large, you could get it through.
I don't know why I thought differently. Maybe I read the 5 feet within that paragraph and was like, yes, one square.
Yeah, maybe. But it looks to me like if it were large, you could make this happen if you wanted to.
Nice. We don't have to give up the cart.
You need somebody to make it small.
Well, we don't have much time to get the cart to a reasonable location to grow again before it would wreak havoc.
How long does it have?
A minute.
Only a minute. Do we know the layout of the place, right? How fast do you think we can rush the cart out?
Out what? A normal door?
Out of the house. Will it even fit out the door?
Sam, you remember that the teleportation circle, the permanent one you're thinking of, is in the basement.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'd have to get it upstairs.
We'd have to get it upstairs and out the door within a minute.
Unless we had Nalia go and cast it for
But wait,
us.
Nalia
from a
knows
different position.
Does Nalia know the spell? Is she the transmutation wizard?
I am sure she could cast the spell.
Then she could just cast it again, right?
If the location is large enough that the cart wouldn't cause damage to itself and its surroundings, enlarging in the first place, and then we could have another minute.
So you can't recast the spell while it's still small?
It's a concentration spell.
So it has a maximum duration.
Well, but he's thinking, like, in that last 6 seconds, cast it again. Would it break and then enlarge and then shrink again? Or reduce again? Or would you be able to just maintain reduction if you kept overlapping?
I've got a more interesting question. What if one wizard casts reduce, and then another wizard casts reduce on the reduced object?
I think it would reduce again, and then that would run out, and it would enlarge to its previously reduced state.
Mm-hmm. Which means that you could make it small for a minute, or for a period of time until or medium rather. You can make it medium for a period of time until the first one runs out, and then it would grow back to large for the duration of that minute, and you could have somebody cast it again. You could keep chaining it to make it go between medium and large.
I say we go for it.
If we have it medium, and we just sprint it out the front door, having like the two big dragonborn carry it or something, because it's not going to weigh much at that point.
It will be like carrying a dead body, basically. Like you would have two people, carrying a dead body between them up a flight of stairs and out a door, if you were able to keep it medium.
Yes, that is.
I believe in
that is a weight. Yeah, that is a weight comparison I'm familiar with.
Guys, we're making this way too complicated. I think we consolidate things.
I think we should just sell the cart.
But the cart's where we sleep.
We can get a new cart for the money we used to sell this cart.
We'll give it a good home, and it will be helping the city repair. Be helping someone in the city that has suffered a lot from that nasty black dragon.
But I already said goodbye to Nene. I don't want to say goodbye to the cart, too.
You fretted all night over whether they would give you the cart back, and now you are going to give the cart back to them?
Well, it was more about what was on the cart.
Yeah.
Check.
Check.
Sorry, my mic wasn't working. Effects don't stack.
So we can't do that?
I don't see that written in the spell.
That is my problem.
It's a general rule for all of Dungeons and Dragons that effects don't stack.
Yeah.
Where?
I don't remember where it's in the player's handbook and where it mentions similar effects stacking.
It actually sounds very familiar. I think I might have read it somewhere myself.
It sounds familiar from like 3.5.
Well, we'll table that until we can find the ruling.
But You guys are still gonna argue that, you know,
Yeah.
it's more
combining
than
magical
it's worth.
effects.
Yeah, I'm in favor of selling the cart. Sorry, Vendar, but it's just
It's
too much bother.
way too complicated for what it's worth.
Oh.
You can get a better cart.
It's like saying you can get a better horse. It's not the same.
You would need to replace the wheels anyway for the newer terrain.
Yeah, so it'd be perfect for someone that lives here.
You also need something new to drag it, because the lizard is not gonna do well in Bromdor.
Do we gotta... Yeah, and we sold our horses. Do we have space in the bag of holding to throw excess stuff from the cart in there?
Maybe. Depends the weight.
Maybe we should transfer some of that gold in there into platinum.
Would that make it lighter?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot lighter. Because instead of 100 pieces or 10 pieces of gold, you have 1 piece of platinum.
If there's any place we can do that, then yeah, that would probably help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The last time we did this, though, it took forever.
What?
Like filling the bag full of shit?
No, like, yeah, transferring lots of gold into platinum.
You went to a canvas in Everwatch, and the only thing that took a while was that after you finally got your gold changed, and your coppers and silvers changed, you met a drow outside.
And then he like went and became part of the party.
Yeah. Woo!
I don't remember the canvas taking terribly long, at least not roleplay-wise.
Same.
Yeah, no, not roleplay wise. I mean, like in game.
Oh, okay.
Like, that was Leah in character, not me. And that was also during the time where she got bored very quick. So.
That phase she had 3 months ago.
She's gone through a lot of phases during the last 3 months.
In any event, so Leah is telling you that it takes so long for Canvas to change money.
It does not take that long.
It sure felt long.
It does not take that long. How much gold do we have? You said it was like a few thousand, right?
I mean, isn't it like 10,000?
It's way less than that now. Last time I checked, last time I counted, it was like 6,000 something.
What do we spend 4,000 gold on?
Spell components.
Spell
components that saved a life.
We did buy a bunch of diamonds. And diamond dust and shit.
Yeah, and then it was stolen by that jackass.
Some of it was stolen by that
Some of
jackass.
it was. I still have mine.
Yeah. So like every 1,000 gold will save another 9 pounds.
Tristan?
Yes?
Like, I keep count of how much gold is in the bag of holding.
Yes.
But is there a way Leah actually does that in character? Like, is the bag of holding capable of saying or showing somehow how much money is actually in it?
No. The bag of holding's just a bag. You have no idea what's inside it until you either take the items out or do something that forces the items out.
Or remember.
Leah can just estimate. She don't know the exact number, even though I, as a player, does.
Okay. You've just been
imagine
shoving things in.
I'd imagine you've been keeping track in like your journal or something.
Nah.
Didn't keep
Nah.
Well, I mean, I guess we just go and we keep pulling gold out until
Until there's no more, and you're just like, well, damn.
You just say all gold and it just all comes out.
Yeah, you can just like turn it over and say gold.
It's a
Please
fountain.
don't turn it over.
That would just make everything fall out, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Fountain of gold. Just raining.
Along with every other item in there.
Yeah, she done something like that in the past. She learned a lesson. She's gonna take a little by a little this time.
So, yes, tomorrow we could exchange money for higher denominations, for easier transport, move things from the cart into the bag, figure out how we can properly carry everything else that is desired, and sell the cart.
Now, here's the thing. Is the gunpowder going to be a problem, Leah? Are you going to let that go into the bag, or...?
You can't keep it on you.
It's a lot of gunpowder, man. I can't carry it all.
Fine.
Thank you, Leah.
But keep it in a pouch that don't smell.
I mean, I can try.
I don't want all my clothes ruined.
I think that's fair.
We can probably do that. We can stick them in some sacks and stuff and put those instead of the on their own.
If you got some like oilcloth, like what you guys used to keep the rain off before, that might contain it at least temporarily enough that you get it in and out. If you have somewhere else to put it eventually.
Maybe we can find.
Maybe we can have them make special bags out of that oilcloth material. They probably still smell though.
Where did you get your bag? Look, maybe. Go on.
I mean, my bag's just a normal bag.
Yeah, but maybe that vendor has an alternative.
Wait, what?
You must have bought it for someone. You didn't steal it, I hope.
I mean, I've had this bag a long time.
No, I mean. Yes, I mean, Yuki say.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I think you're mentioning that. Because his bag melted.
Yes.
Yes, Yuki say, where did you get your bag?
Oh, I went shopping down in the market today with Cyrus.
Yes, maybe that vendor. I can't say vendor anymore because I've been so ruined by it. Yes. Yeah, maybe he, or she, they can like have a good alternative for a bag that we could have gunpowder in.
If we were stuck here tonight, I totally forgot I could have got Kimaru fixed.
Well, what happened if you started it when we were there? Wouldn't matter if we went back.
Well, and I didn't know if we were gonna be back.
I mean, he could have done it and then insisted we wait until the next day.
But he didn't.
But I'm not that. But I'm not. I know how important it is for us to keep moving, and I have other capable swords.
Well, then we can get it done next time. We'll be there causing mayhem for a little while.
Yeah, maybe one of them Bromdorans will fix your sword.
While we terrorize them.
So as we plot the death of their leader, maybe they'll help us fix our things.
Hey!
we should really, you should really learn to be more careful about saying that out loud.
And we're in a closed room.
Now,
That-
yes, but if it becomes a habit, and know how this group tends to blather.
Not to mention, you don't know who's listening, and there's that magic sending stuff, and people can send information.
There's also scrying.
Find it very
It's-
unlikely that there's a Bromdoran spy in Tugo listening to us right now.
You think?
We're
You-
pretty far from Bromdor.
But haven't you had dealings with the Bromdorans before?
I guess I could have a spy following us personally.
If there was anything you did they did not like, perhaps.
If
Yeah, I
we would
think it-
like to be speaking in safety, I can cast Mordenkainen's private sanctum.
Well,
It's
it's
a
not
little late for that now.
It's not even that. It's the fact is we don't want something heard that's not gonna actually happen. We're not looking to kill him.
Right. Totally.
Or not.
Vendar.
There's no way we're gonna end up killing him.
We are not. It sounds like you might be planning on that, but I will have no part.
Yeah, we'll see.
This one does not think that accountability works that way. If you are part of the same group, then you are guilty of anything anyone else does by association.
And that's why we need to not do that.
You cannot simply, by choosing to be part of the group, which is what you said you were doing earlier, why you had that discussion, you have accepted the responsibility of all of the others as well. You cannot simply wash your hands of it anymore.
I'm aware of that. She's going to go around just...
I understand
Kill
we're not
this guy.
going in there with the intention of doing it. I just know that it is almost certain that's how it's going to end up.
But you cannot simply say, I will have no part in it. You have a part in it because you have chosen to be here.
You're already a part of it.
I won't
Yeah.
be.
But I
If
can
that is
stop
the
you
course
from. Why need to handcuff or like strap you, cuff you to me, keep you next to me at all times?
I mean, this is literally their culture. I don't understand how you think we're going to do it without ousting him.
Do you,
If
So we
only
can
we
talk
had a
about that.
replacement as honorable as Yukika's father. That would be great. He was a good
I
leader.
think it's pretty
But-
unlikely in Bromdor.
but since we don't live in that culture, what gives us the right just to go in there and say, "Oh, it's part of their culture. I'm going to do it," you know? Because that's not how we are.
It gives us the right to affect their culture at all, to affect their leadership. We're doing it because
No.
they're literally doing a war against people in the time of crisis. We're going there to put an end to the war.
Well, just because we kill him doesn't mean the person behind him's not going to want to continue it.
That's
Yeah,
why
it's
we
been
find a good
different
replacement before we kill him.
Yes, the people aren't gonna take our replacement if we are responsible for the killing. Surely.
They aren't. If we're backed by somebody that they believe in. They don't even necessarily need to know that we're the ones who did it. Hell, I could probably do it without even getting caught, but I don't know.
We should think of our other. We should try to think and execute other options before we even consider something like that.
That's fine.
You said you wanted to Be good, Vendar. This is how to be good. Not consider murder.
That's what your dad would do. You don't want to be like your dad, you said, right?
No, that is striking a bit low.
That is... Oh, yeah, I guess, kind of. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. To be honest, I don't really know much about other ways to deal with things. So we're gonna try. You're gonna try the other way. I just.
We know you're good at that.
I don't necessarily think it's gonna work, and I'm quite good at killing things. I also don't like Sivan. He's hurt. He's killed a lot of people in this bar.
Well, I don't like him either.
Including
He's an
my
asshole.
brother.
What?
What?
You had a hand in your brother's death?
I don't necessarily know he's dead, but my brother went off and fought against the, and lost. So, as last I knew, he was captured. He was captured by them, but
I'm sorry.
I don't know his current status. But he very possibly did.
I honestly don't think that killing will be necessary. I think a strong suggestion is all that we need.
Did you meet Sivan?
I have not, but
I don't know. You know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm with Vendar on that.
This one has also not met this Sivan.
He's an asshole. He's a warmongering asshole.
And so the plan will be to remove him from power.
Yes. Really just arguing about how we go about doing that.
Do you know the situation in the city that you are going to be carrying out this plan in?
Only that is bad, according to Nalia.
Okay.
We do need to
Clearly
speak with
specified.
Nalia again to see what she has learned about the new situation there after returning.
Hopefully she will be able to provide us some helpful information on our attempt to liberate them from Sivan.
You need to remember that Nadia was very shook when she left. She might need some time to recover before she can properly find information.
I believe that her assistant is quite competent and would have been keeping track of how things were going while she was away.
Was that the girl with the books when we were there?
Yes.
She seemed nice.
As far as I could tell. And she has been with Nalia for much longer than the last one.
Do I dare ask?
She tends to be, she can be trying to some people's personalities.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess.
You have very interesting acquaintances.
Well, just when you meet Nalia, just don't take any sweets she's offering.
Very well.
I don't know if now would be the time that she'd be experimenting with those.
Yeah,
I don't know that she wouldn't be, but...
Yeah, you can never be too sure.
And we have the potatoes still, don't we? Do we?
He says with disgust.
Or did we just learn how to make the potatoes? I don't remember if we actually made any.
We actually have some. We were given like some leftovers, I believe.
Wait, are they a special potato?
Are they
Yeah.
even
I
good
thought
at
they
this
were just
point?
potatoes.
They
To
get
be honest,
rotten.
I'd completely forgotten that Larramentis don't like potatoes. It's
So I
just a funny
think
character trait.
probably rotten by now, or nasty, or
It's only been like 2 months.
Well, I mean, like, are they
Potatoes go bad in
alchemically
like
changed?
Are they because of the chemicals? Are they magical potatoes, so therefore they don't rot like magic armor doesn't
Magic potatoes.
destroy?
Make some
whatever.
magic fries.
If better not be, we would have them. Then not in the bag of holding. That I know.
Which means they're in the cart.
Which means we just have rotting potatoes in the cart. We
yeah.
open the chest. Mold.
Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
That takes care of it. We
If-
burn the shit.
The thing is, even today, where potatoes are most likely sprayed with things, they don't survive longer than a couple of days if they're not refrigerated. Potatoes don't hold long.
Depends on the kind of potato.
Yeah, that's why I said with all the sprays and stuff. But like in these medieval times before that kind of spraying,
Yeah, the potatoes are not good.
I'm sure it's fine. Totally fine.
Come on, Larry, you know you want it.
Nah, I'm
Eat one
quite
of those
well,
rotten
thank you.
potatoes. Take a big old bite out of one.
Alright, so we've come to the consensus that we have to wait for more information from Nalia.
I can send to her and see if she's in a position to speak through Ash, so we can have some idea of what we're getting into before we get into it.
Do we want to inquire about how we're going to get there first and then inquire more info?
What do you mean, how we're going to get there?
In the sense of when, if everything is, like, set up, right?
We should confirm with her when we are going to get there.
Yeah. Or, yeah, just when. Like I said, I don't know much about the magic, so I don't know if you have, like, a lot of prep work to do. I vaguely remember when we first teleported.
It will take me about a minute.
Oh, okay then. Yeah, just when we're going then.
1 minute, yeah. It'll take a minute.
Literally 1 minute.
Hey Tristan, I PM'd you something?
nope.
So what time is it in game?
Like midnight.
We've had some very intense discussions.
I am glad that you had them. Getting them started was pulling teeth.
Maybe it's time to sleep. We have a long day tomorrow.
We know the business that must be attended to tomorrow, which is the changing of money, the consolidating of things from the cart, and the selling of the cart, which could take some time. Do we want to speak with Nalia tomorrow then, when everyone has had time to rest?
Well, isn't there a time difference also right now? So we probably should get a hold of her at a more convenient time for her, if it is a good time right now.
She is an elf.
Oh, that's right. You guys don't sleep.
I thought she was an illiterate.
Eladrin, yes. They also trans.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, I could be up
So
for
wait,
going to bed.
What is an Eladrin? I thought it was just like a type of elf.
I don't know if you should let an Eladrin hear you say that. They are more closely connected to the Fey ancestors than elves are.
So they're actually a different race?
Yes.
Oh. I
Just
didn't know that.
similar.
And to be fair, she's the only Eldrin I've ever met.
No.
No, there's Narvar.
Right, Narvar wasn't. That's right. So they're the only Eldrin I've ever met.
The Narvar didn't change his hair color. That was very strange to me.
I pose a possible non-violent solution for Sivan.
Yes.
Soon I will be able to master a new spell. I could try and make use of my powers to cast suggestion or mass suggestion to influence Lord Sivan, if I can get a meeting with him, to want to stop this war.
Suggest him into changing his nature. Guess you can try.
Pretty much.
And it's not gonna help to make him stop this war. We already did that. And it just, as soon as we turned our back, started it again.
This is a spell that makes it his idea, not someone else's.
I don't see how it would last long enough to have any meaningful impact on the Bromdoran war machine.
Tristan, correct me if I'm wrong, but wouldn't this, since it makes it his idea, make it something that he wants to do?
Only until the duration ends.
Only until the duration.
And then he realizes he's been charmed.
Not with suggestion. He doesn't... That's not a thing. That is a thing with, like, charmed person, but that's the advantage of suggestion.
The true advantage of suggestion comes at the hands of an actual enchantment wizard.
Alright, so... Then, never mind. Evidently, it would be pointless.
Yeah, I don't know if we're just gonna be able to magic it. We could probably find someone to take his place, and maybe they can do it without killing him. I think it's a lot to hope for. I also don't really know why we hope for Sivan to survive this. I think he's a piece of shit.
If I can't get him to do it for something long-term, like stopping the war, if we had someone ready to take his place, I could possibly use the same tactic to get him to step down. And if somebody else fills the power vacuum, he wouldn't be able to take it back.
Which leaves us in the reason why it is usually a violent time between leaders in Bromdor, that if the previous lord is still around and has supporters, they might just want to take their power back.
True.
So we could plunge the country into a civil war.
I'm not really...
That's not better.
Maybe we could do something to expose Sivan as a shitty leader, and the people will throw him out, and just we can dismantle his support.
That sounds like something that will take time.
That is the thing. I mean, the fastest way to get rid of him is definitely me to take him out.
He's a monarch too, isn't he?
Yes.
Does he have any children?
I mean, I don't think that he does, but
no.
Now I can roll well. 25 on history. I don't think he does.
No.
But also, I don't believe that he does. But the throne of Bromdor is not generally
Hereditary.
familial. Although there have been some dynasties during its history.
So he's saying that the only way to truly get rid of someone in Bromdor is by killing them.
It's how they settle things.
It is the most likely way to remove him from power and quiet his supporters.
What about a
from
duel? What if we get a leader to duel him?
I don't believe Sivan is the sort of man to duel someone else for a throne that he is already in possession of.
And if we could make him that type of person, even if just for a short time?
Then as soon as he loses and abdicates, we're in the same position as just suggesting him to abdicate.
Fair point.
Unless he also dies through the duel.
In which case it's back to the just has to die portion, which I don't like. I have an easy solution for that, but
I just don't want us to be responsible for his death, because I don't see any positive outcome of that. If he dies by someone else's hand, someone...
Responsible in what way? If we were to have him duel someone to the death and die there, and therefore the throne goes to whoever the victor, but it is them that killed him, we are still responsible in the larger sense of the word, but not the ones who committed the deed. Which method of which take on responsible are you concerned with? The technical or the ethical?
A little bit of both, but at this point more so the technical.
Well, I mean, if we killed him because we were working with a different supporter, then if that supporter had the support of the people and could take the throne, then it wouldn't matter. We would have then support of the leader.
Sounds weird to me, but if that's how Bromdor worked, then yeah.
If you're worried about
if we just waltz in there killing the leader, we won't solve anything.
That's definitely not what we want to do. No, if we go in there, we'll likely have to kill Sivan, but we want to find somebody to replace him first.
Yes, as I previously said, we need to...
Yeah, we need to be working with somebody who has support, rather than just... If we want to make any sort of peaceful resolution to this war, at least.
Probably knows of likely successors and their tendencies.
I mean, Sivan's a jackass. There got to be people who hate him too.
So at this point, it sounds like we need more information on the area before we make any plans.
I believe so, yes.
Yes, any further plans requires more information.
Shall we sleep on it and continue planning once we get information from Nalia?
Do we want to gain information from Nalia before we go to sleep? Or in the morning, or wait until we are in Bromdor?
I think for information about Bromdor's situation, probably being there and talking with Nalia would be easier instead of...
I mean, there wasn't any suggestion that us going there would be, like, put us in danger, right? There's no reason for us to be not welcome there.
I don't believe that we were entirely in Sivan's good graces when we...
Yeah. No. I don't think he liked us, but I don't think us being there is gonna be like, oh, kill him or kick him out.
Out of character, wasn't there like a party in the group's honor?
I mean, there was a party for Sivan that was ostensibly about the group. The party was a tool.
It was a
for
party for
Sivan. Which does not mean that the party is in Sivan's good graces. It means that Sivan used an excuse that the party provided.
To make himself look good.
Yeah. He doesn't give a shit about us.
No, because he's a narcissist.
Yeah, I doubt he'd even notice or care. Unless we started stirring shit up.
Which we will, eventually. Just not at the beginning.
It'll be too late for him at that point.
So tomorrow... Go, Yuki Kaze.
I was going to say, yeah, for me, my vote, addressing Nalia, a person about the current state of Bromdor, is my vote.
I don't think we're desperate for information at the moment to call her in the middle of the night.
So we can use our time speaking with her tomorrow to coordinate when we shall arrive and any information that she feels that we need before making our way there.
So, I stand corrected on one thing. I will not be mastering a new spell soon, because sorcerers are dumb and only start getting them every other level.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's not your other level where you get a spell, huh?
Nope.
Gotcha.
And this is where it just started that. Before that, it was every level.
Mm.
This is the first time it's hit me like that, and it's not fun.
Oh.
Damn.
So, I mean, I could still change one out, but it's not as,
You can't learn another one.
I mean, he could forget one he knows and then learn suggestion if he really wants suggestions, what he's saying. But he can't just straight learn suggestion.
Can't just learn another one. He would have to sacrifice.
Use a Pokemon now. Forget Fireball, learn suggestion?
I mean...
God.
I mean, it's like my thing.
Cyrus forgot Fireball. Cyrus learned suggestion. Cyrus is trying to evolve.
Technically, Laramentis could take it.
It's not as useful for you, because you actually have to, like, you know, move your hands around and obviously be spellcasting. I don't.
That is true. It's also not a particularly in-character spell for the way that he tends to function.
He just logics people to death. He doesn't mind control them.
It's not mind control. You just simply ask your new friend over here to do a little favor for you, and then they do because they're such a nice friend.
We call it a solid. Alright then, if you are decided on that, then the only two things that remain are you calling Nalia tonight, or are you waiting till later? And then the other one was, Laramentis, who traveled with Bruenor, didn't get to hear the letter, and Raiken said he would share it with him later. Or I should rephrase that, Raiken said he might share it with him later.
Raiken also forgot to mention that I sent to him.
I mean, nowhere in your sending did it say inform the rest of the party.
But the party knows now because you said it.
Yeah.
You're just like, I did this thing, and everyone's like, he did? And Raiken's just like,
Yeah, I told them that we're here.
Yeah, I told them that we're here.
Roll this
He
up.
called us fucks, so I decided to fuck with them.
I believe we are calling Nalia in the morning.
Okay.
That's my takeaway from that discussion, since those weirdos need to sleep.
Idea.
So, Alex, does Raiken wish to share this letter with Laramentis, who also traveled with Bruenor before his unfortunate demise?
Yes, Raiken will read the letter to Laramentis.
Would
Well,
you
actually, I have to read the
mind
letter.
terribly copying the text into the chat?
Yeah, I could do that.
And then reading it dramatically.
You already did the dramatic reading.
Yeah, but I want it
I
again.
did the dramatic reading. It's not going to be the same the second time.
Yeah.
The contents have changed? That would be horrifying.
It's a very
Yeah,
special
it's a magic
letter.
letter. It changes every time that you read it. Should have etched it in steel.
That's a reference.
It's a good thing it wasn't April 1st, otherwise we would have had to call April Fools.
Well, I believe we have a person that we will need to be informing of what has transpired.
That's the conclusion we came to.
Do we have the dagger to send back?
As far as we know, none of us have the dagger. We think that he may have had it on him when it all went down. You know, you remember Bruenor. He liked to carry a lot of things, especially a lot of weapons on him.
It's the walking arsenal. And then you got that axe that you can just throw endlessly.
Yeah, I would imagine, especially if it was something really important to him, he definitely wouldn't have put it anywhere other than his person.
So Raiken just sort of handed over the letter and then waited quietly while Lerma just read it.
Yep.
Okay. Alright then. So we good for the evening?
I believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Then, you can return to the respective rooms. You might want to actually tell me how you're divvying up since there's more people than there were.
Well, me and Lynn are together, obviously.
Well, 4 and 4.
So, Lynn, Yuki, Jebel, and Vendar in one room, and the other 4 in the other room.
There's more than 8, isn't there? No.
No, there's just 8.
That's
Because
fair.
there's 7 of us and Lynn.
So, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jebel will send the cat downstairs.
Okay.
Oh, are Lynn and Vendor actually sleeping in the same bed, or?
I mean, you're not in the room.
Yeah, you
I mean, Raiken doesn't know. Raiken's not gonna care. I'm just looking at the picture, and I'm like, everybody's in their corners except for those two.
I wonder.
Oh god, I'm a horrible person. I was
You
thinking
can-
with their sneak abilities, they could get away with whatever they want without anyone noticing.
Give new meaning to the words body pillow.
Stealthy hanky panky.
Oh God.
And on that note, have a good night, y'all.
The cat will go to the door and look back at you with its snaggle-toothed gawk and say, "Yeah, I guess I should catch some more rats. Ah, actually, I'm hungry. That sounds like a good idea." And then it just sort of wanders away down the hall.
And then you hear a shrill whisper of the destroyer.
The beast has come back!
Quick, to the friend!
Alright. Everybody please take 700 experience for roleplay. And I want everybody to fill in a inspiration point for good roleplay in case you haven't already got one.
Yay.
I have deemed.
I was actually gonna wonder about that.
I am one level, I am one session short of a day.
Yay. Alright.
I need to pick 2 spells. I hadn't
19,000
thought about 2 other spells that were actually important.
You jerk, share. You get 2, I get 0, doing 1.
Being a wizard is great. I love being a wizard.
That was a heavily emotional session, and I am just most upset that that update unseated all of my audio devices so the program wasn't utilizing them, and I couldn't see that it wasn't utilizing them because I have my NPC list on my laptop set up directly in front of the audio bars.
Big oof.
So it wasn't until I moved the NPC list, because I was interacting with it, that I noticed just beyond it the audio bars were not there. So,
No.
big sorry about that. But, good job, everybody.
It's a scene that will live on, at least within us.
I do hope that's true. That it was a good scene. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. Good night, stream.
Night, peeps.